We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume she's finishing the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. Eh? No, I don't relate to this character at all. Definitely not. Really? I was just thinking the way she second-guesses things she says and all that. Ah, that's what you were talking about. Sorry. I thought you meant something else about her. Something else? Never mind. We didn't even get that far yet. So I don't know why that came into my head. How long has he been streaming? I wish I watched this at the beginning. Exclamation uptime will give you the exact time. So I don't know why that came into my head. Haha. Yuri, are you feeling alright? Eh? Yuri's been a little fidgety ever since we started reading. You can rest if you're feeling sick or something. Your breathing is a little... My breathing? Yuri puts her hands on her chest as if to feel her heartbeat. I didn't even notice. Anyway, I'm fine. I just need some water. Alright, don't push yourself. Yuri stands up and practically rushes out of the classroom. What on earth was that about? So, did it like bleed over the fact that she and I were already flirty with each other? Mukluk, did something happen just now? Huh? I have no idea. Yuri was acting a little strange, I guess, so you don't know anything? Sorry, I can't say I do. Are you worried about her? Oh no, not really. I was just making sure you didn't do anything to her. No, nothing. Don't worry, I believe you, silly. Yuri just does this sometimes. It's nothing alarming. Alright, if you say so. Chat, I'm just gonna give you a heads up. I would love to keep going for hours, but I will need to wrap up in the near future. So, just a small heads up there. And hey Railgun, welcome buddy. Anyway, why don't we start with sharing our poems with each other? Eh? Shouldn't we wait for Yuri? Well, she might be a while, so I just figured we'd get started without her. Is that okay? Yeah, I was just asking. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book and slip it back in my bag. Who should I show my poem to first? Oh, I can't show it to her. Alright, Monika. I should start with Monika. Yesterday she seemed eager to read my poem and I wanted to know I'm putting in an effort. Hi, Muck. Having a good time so far? Oh, yeah. Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we could do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, I want to share your poem with me. It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Ha 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 ha. And then the gust of wind, that doesn't make any sense. Don't worry, Mukluk, we're all a little embarrassed today, you know. But it's that sort of barrier we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monika my poem. Great job, Mukluk. I was going ooh in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way it always counts when I put in some effort. I still love that quote. Haha, that's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? I'm almost afraid to see her poem after the last two things that have popped up. Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Sometimes I feel like Yuri's mind is just totally detached from reality. I don't mean that like it's a bad thing though, but sometimes I get the impression that she's just totally given up on people. She spends so much time in her own head that it's probably a much more interesting place for her. But that's why she gets so happy when you treat her with lots of kindness. I don't think she's used to being indulged like that. She must be really starved for social interaction, so don't blame her for coming on a little strongly. See ya, Clever Fox. Take care, buddy. Thanks for being here. Like earlier, I think if she gets too stimulated, she ends up withdrawing and looking for alone time. Suddenly the door opens. Yuri! I'm back. Did I miss anything?
A
Not
new
really.
arrival.
Hey, thanks for the follow, Clever Fox. Much appreciated. It's not in your place? In my place? I mean, the zones? Huh? In my time zone? I'm on Eastern Standard Time? I start streaming every single night after 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, if that's what you're asking. Not really. Well, we all just started sharing our poems with each other. Already? I'm sorry for being late. No need to apologize. We still have plenty of time, so I'm more glad that you took all the time you needed. Alright. Thanks, Monika. I suppose I should go get my poem now. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know. I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in wall, but he wasn't looking at me. Confused, I frantically glance at my surroundings, but my burned eyes can no longer see color. Are there others in this room? Are they talking, or are they simply poems on flat sheets of paper? The sound of frantic scrawling playing tricks on my ears. The room begins to crinkle, closing in on me. The air I breathe dissipates before it reaches my lungs. I panic. There must be a way out. It's right there. He's right there. Swallowing my fears, I brandish my pen. Well, that is a different poem than the last time. What do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. Ha, it's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about the deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monika's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. Just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Who should I... Yuri. Wait, is it the exact same dialogue when it says skip? Wait, no, it wasn't. That poem was different, wasn't it? As Yuri says, her eyes lighten, exception. Okay, if this is the exact same as earlier, then... Hold on. Okay, so it's the script again. Alright. What the crap? Okay, I had this... Her eyes just exploded. I don't know what I did. Muck, if you're not gonna take this club seriously, then go home. What? Harsh. What do you expect me to really actually put effort into this? Do you think I'm stupid? I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put in effort. What the hell? Okay, I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. That was a little more stressful. Poster's still normal. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Monika is writing something in her notebook. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration, meanwhile Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Eh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. So I've seen this before, but the skip button's not there. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Eh? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple of suggestions. Pizza. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Monika liked it, and Mukluk did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring. Save again. Which I haven't yet. And Mukluk liked my poem too, by the way. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not what I... Ooh. You're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Mukluk appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours. And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Ooh! Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Muck started showing off. Natsuki! Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you! Oh, man. Okay. Whoa. I could click the mouse, but I kind of want to see what happens if I don't. Oh, man. Okay. Hold on. Chat. Oh, shoot. Give me a couple of minutes. My stomach is being an absolute wreck right now. I will be right back. And if I can take care of this in a couple of minutes, I'll be back, and I could go for up to another hour. But if I can't take care of this, I will come back in a few minutes and let you know. So, BRB. I remember it like it was just yesterday.
But Osri doesn't need to know about that. The little hole you were talking about. F me! F me! I am useful, I promise. Oh! I've been stream sniped! Yes! My wife. Get out of the freaking booth. Get out of my Discord. There. Ninja vanished. Whoop, 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 whoop.
Alright, those of you still here, thank you for your patience. Sorry about that. Random middle of the night stomach cramps. You really act as young as you look, Natsuki. Me? Look who's talking, you wannabe edgy bitch. This didn't happen the first time. Edgy? Sorry that my lifestyle is too much for someone of your mental age to comprehend. See? Just saying that proves my point. Most people learn to get over themselves after they graduate middle school, you know. If you want to prove anything, stop harassing others with your sickening attitude. You think you can counterbalance your toxic personality just by dressing and acting cute? The only cute thing about you is how hard you try. Whoa, be careful, you might cut yourself on that edge, Yuri. Oh, my bad, you already do, don't you? Earlier, chat, I hypothesized that she was cutting her wrists. Did you just accuse me of cutting myself? What the fuck is wrong with your head? Yeah, go on. Let Mukluk hear everything you really think. I'm sure he'll be head over heels for you after this. Ah! Suddenly Yuri turns toward me as if she just noticed I was standing here. Mukluk! She's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. How did... So, of course... What? How did I get dragged into this? It's not like I agree with, so of course I could barely read any more of this. Hey, Mukluk, why don't we step outside for a little bit? Guys, I think the administrator is mad at me. Okay. Sorry about that. They really shouldn't have tried to get you involved. It's probably better for us to stay out of this. We'll go back inside once they're done yelling. Ahaha. Yo, one of them's got a knife. You want to leave the two of them alone? Some president I am, right? I can't even confront my own club members properly. I just wish I was able to be a little more assertive sometimes. But I never have it in me to put my foot down against others. You understand, right? Anyway, if this makes you want to spend less time with the others, then that's like... Yo, seriously, Yuri could be shanking the other lady right now. I'd be happy to spend time with you instead. Suddenly, Natsuki runs out of the classroom. Okay. She quickly runs away. Oh dear. Well, it looks like they're done. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. Oh, did she slap her? I didn't mean it. Yuri's rocking back and forth in her desk with her palms on her forehead. Yuri? I didn't mean it. I believe you. I had no idea what Yuri might have said to Natsuki, or did. Mukluk, please don't hate me. Please. I'm not like this. There's something wrong with me today. It's fine, Yuri. We know you didn't mean it. Besides, I'm sure Natsuki will forget all about it by tomorrow. Completely. Earlier, I theorized that, or hypothesized, whatever, I guessed that she knew about the whole resetting world thing, and saying completely really makes it seem like she knows that world's going to reset a second time. Anyway, the meeting is over. You can go home now if you want. ... Yuri looks at me like she wants to say something, but she keeps glancing at Monika. You can go first, Monika. I'd like to stay a little bit longer. I'm the president, so I should be the last one out. I'll wait for you to be done. ... Well, I'm vice president, so please let me take that responsibility today. It kind of sounds like you don't want me around for something, Yuri. It's not that. It's not that. I didn't get much of a chance to discuss my book with Mukluk. It would just be embarrassing with you listening. Sigh. I guess I don't really have a choice, do I? I'm sorry for causing you trouble, but I really appreciate your... Oh, I didn't realize you could see which words they like by, like, mousing over them. Oh, wait, or was that just, coincidence? I guess that was just coincidence, never mind. Oops. Oh, boy. Oh, sadness was you? Uninstall and reinstall? This honestly is reminding me of Undertale. I beat Undertale, and at the end of it, like, the boss kept closing the game. And the boss's name, for the playthrough I did, the boss was Flowery. And he kept closing the game, and when I would relaunch the game, it would say, like, Flowery Tale. And he would close the application and send me to the desktop over and over. And I literally had to fight him to keep the game open. It was such a weird experience, but a very unique one. Another day passes and it's time for the club meeting already. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple of days. Past couple days? Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Boobs sliding onto the screen? Hi, Yuri. I'm not sure if it's me or if it's Yuri's expression, but the weight of yesterday's quarrel still hangs in the air a bit. Yuri glances over his shoulder looking around the room. Natsuki's reading manga at a desk, and surprisingly, Monika isn't here yet. Suddenly, Yuri takes my arm and pulls me to the corner of the room. Whoa! About yesterday. I really need to apologize. Nothing like that has ever happened before, and something just came over me, I guess. I wasn't acting mentally sound. Please don't think we're usually like this. Not just me, but Natsuki as well. Yuri. I'm happy you were considerate and apologize. You don't have to worry too much. Even though I've only been here a couple days, I could tell something was off. Maybe you were just a little extra sensitive because it was our first time sharing poems, but whatever it was, it didn't make me think any less of you. I had already decided there's no way you can be a bad person. Aw. Now that you're apologizing, I know you really didn't mean it. Ah, Mukluk. Don't say those kinds of things so frankly. They make me a little too happy. Aw. I'm really glad you're such an understanding person. Pizza. And I'm really glad that you joined this club. Everything is a little bit brighter with you around, and... sorry, what am I saying right now? Hey, have you guys seen Monika? No, I haven't. I was also kind of wondering where she was. Man. Yuri, I'm guessing you haven't either. ... Yuri's clearly taken aback by how calmly Natsuki's addressing her. No, I haven't. Geez, this isn't like her at all. I know it's stupid, but I can't help but worry a little bit. ... What? Why are you looking at me like that? Natsuki, about yesterday, I just wanted to apologize. I promise I didn't mean any of the things I said, and I'll do my best to stay under control from now on. So, what the heck are you talking about? She's lost her memory of yesterday somehow. Did you do something yesterday? Huh? Zinky, it's actually getting interesting now. It's getting really weird. Jeez, whatever's on your mind, I'm sure it was nothing, all in bold. I don't even remember anything bad happening. You're the kind of person who worries too much about the little things, aren't you? But I'll accept your apology anyway if it helps you feel better about it. Besides, it's kind of nice to hear since I was always afraid you secretly hated me or something like that. No, nothing at all. I don't hate you. Ahaha. Well, you're kind of weird, but I don't hate you either. Natsuki turns to me. You're still on trial, though. Hey! Suddenly the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. There you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Nah. Well, Natsuki was. I was not. Ahahaha. What took you so long anyway? Well, my last period was study hall. To be honest, I was kind of lost track of time. That makes no sense, though. You would have heard the bell ring, at least. I must not have heard it. I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware you played music so well, Monika. Don't give me more credit than I deserve. I guess I've been practicing for a while, but I'm still not really good yet. Still, that must require a lot of dedication, so I'm still impressed. Well, thanks, Yuri. You should play something for us sometime. Haha, Monika looks at me. Well, I am working on writing a song, but it's not quite done yet. Maybe once I get a little better, I will. That sounds cool. I look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Mukluk. Monika smiles sweetly. The way she slid onto the screen looked like she just bumped everyone off to the side with her butt. Hey Doug Plague, what's up, buddy? I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Don't worry. I was hoping that I could share it with you anyway. I guess that's why I've been practicing so much recently. I see. I'm not sure if Monika was referring to the whole club or just me. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So I didn't miss anything, did I? No, not really. I chose not to bring up anything about the three of us talked about. Besides, Natsuki has already run off into the closet. Mukluk, since your compliments put me in a good mood, I was wondering if you would like to spend some time together today. In the club. Yeah, definitely. I planned on it anyway. Doing good. How are you this awesome morning? I'm getting very weirded out by this video game, but I am good. I am good. Hope you are doing good as well. Okay, can we start now? Let's find a place to sit. I'm being a little forceful, aren't I? I'm sorry. My heart just won't stop pounding for some reason. Don't worry about it. Hearts are supposed to do that. If anything, it's nice to see you have so much energy. Yeah, but I need to try to calm down. I won't be able to focus on reading like this. Take your time. Yuri takes a deep breath and pulls a copy of the book out of her bag. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first? Not at all. Thanks very much. If there's one thing that can make my reading time here any better, it's a nice cup of tea. Not to mention for yourself as well. Okay, so if this is like the first time and he then goes, oh, I've got chocolates I hid in my bag because of person who's now erased from existence, I wonder if that's going to jog his memory. I follow and watch as she retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf, the kind with the filter inside. Can you hold this for a second? Sure. Yuri hands me the water pitcher and also fetches an electric kettle. I'm going to plug this in at the teacher's desk and I'll go get some water. She walks past me and sets the kettle down on the teacher's desk. I simply watch her movements. To my surprise, the way she moves really contrasts her speaking mannerisms, especially because of her long legs. Yuri appears elegant and methodical. Okay, may I have the water pitcher? Thanks, I'll be right back. I might as well walk with you. That's okay. You stay here. It won't take long. That's different. Pitcher in hand, Yuri hurries out of the classroom. Ah, did Yuri leave you again? No, it's not like that this time. She's just filling up the water pitcher to make tea. Oh, okay. Sorry for misunderstanding. Monika is like such an administrator. Like, I feel like we're in the Matrix right now. Anti-Hero Wolf subscribing a tier 1. Thank you, Anti-Hero. Much appreciated. Mukluk, Douglas, Bartholomew, Reginald, Esquire the 4th, Sir Chauncey Van Snuffles the 3rd welcomes you, Anti-Hero Wolf, to the Bone Zone. We hope you enjoy your stay. Tea and crumpets are on the way. Giveaways every week. Please take a seat, but you'll only need the edge. 10 minutes pass. Yuri said it wouldn't take long. Is something holding her up? I'm bored just waiting here, so I decided to go look for her. Jesus Christ, what am I going to find? Let's see. The most logical place for Yuri to be would be the nearest water fountain, so start heading down the hallway. Question mark. Ha ha. Ha ha. What's that noise? It's coming from around the corner. It sounds like breathing. Is she cutting herself? Am I going to find another corpse? A sharp inhale, like someone is sucking in air through their teeth. Are they in pain? I reach the corner and peer around it. Yuri? Kya! A sharp inhale, breathing. It sounds like it's coming from the most logical place to be the fountain. I'm bored just waiting here. Yuri said 10 minutes have passed. I'm back. Did time just rewind and replay, but differently? Thanks for waiting patiently. Mukluk, do you like oolong tea? Yeah, anything is fine. Very well. Yuri sets the temperature on the kettle to 200 degrees. Now it's time to get the teapot. You really do this properly, don't you? Of course. I shouldn't do any less when I'm making tea for others, even if I'm not an expert on tea or anything. Hoo-hoo. In that case, you'll only be even more impressed. Perhaps I will. Yuri fetches the teapot and begins measuring the tea leaves. To my surprise, she even starts humming a little to herself. You must be in a good mood now. Is that so? I was letting it show, and you noticed. I was doing a bit of thinking, and I decided I would try expressing myself a little bit more. It turns out it's not very hard for me to do. When it's you who's around anyway. Pizza. Ah, that's great, Yuri. Just don't push yourself too much. You're always worrying about me, Mukluk. It's very endearing. That's... Yuri wasn't kidding. I don't even know if I can keep up with this. I watch Yuri pour a cup of tea for each of us. Mukluk, I have another request. Do you mind if we sit on the floor today? Why is that? It's a little bit easier on my back. I can root my back against the wall rather than bending over at my desk. Sorry, I didn't realize. No worries. I just have back pain fairly regularly, so I do my best to manage it. Is that so? I wonder why that is. It's most likely because of your posture, right? Always hunched over like that while reading? Yes, I have terrible reading posture. So that's why we should sit on the floor. Fair enough. I'll go ahead and get the book. I retrieve the book from my bag. I have some chocolate as well. It's a bag of small chocolate candies. I take it since it'll go well with the tea. So he doesn't remember that he was hiding the candy from other girl who's gone. Yuri and I then sit together against the wall, teacups at our sides. As if in sync, we assume the same reading position as last time, each holding one half of the book. Except this time, our bodies are closer together. I can't see too well. Yuri slides closer until one of our shoulders are touching. How am I supposed to focus on reading like this? Yuri is always kind of cute, but when she's being less apprehensive, it's almost more than I can handle. Your teacup. Yuri hands me my teacup. Holding it with my hand, that's not holding the book, I end up in a position that makes it even harder to focus. Because now I need to worry about making sure I don't accidentally touch her chest. Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing. She wears her most intense reading expression, and I can only presume the world around her has faded away. I use all of my willpower to focus on reading. After a few minutes, I finally manage to relax a little. I put the teacup between my legs and fumble with the chocolate wrapper. Ah, sorry. I briefly let go of the book to finish opening the wrapper. You can have as much as you want. Ah, that's okay. I won't take any. Are you sure? Well, if I touch it, it might get smudges on the pages. You're right. I didn't even think about that. My bad. No need to apologize. I'll hold the book, okay? Are you sure? Of course. Alright, we're doing this again. Yuri opens the book with both hands. She holds it so that I don't have any harder of a time reading from it, but as a result, her left arm is practically resting on top of my leg. In that case, Yuri is already totally focused on reading again. I take a chocolate candy and pop it into my mouth. Then I take another chocolate and hold it up to Yuri. She doesn't even look away from the book. She simply parts her lips as if the situation was completely natural. But that means I can't stop here. I apprehensively place the chocolate in her mouth. Just like that, Yuri closes her lips over it. Eh? Her expression suddenly breaks. Did I just... Yuri looks at me like she needs to confirm what just happened. Mukluk. Sorry, I guess I shouldn't have done that. Ah, Yuri